That coffee was not too bad. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus. Yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Santa, Teenage Mutant. Oh. Hello. Merry Christmas. I didn't expect to see anyone here because we kind of fell so far behind the program and we kind of messed up again. But I'm really glad that you came by and take a seat. Join us. So, yeah, really sorry, guys. December was very hectic and chaotic, and we had some technical issues, and everything just went as it did. But just when I thought I was out, I pulled me back in. So we're doing at least one more episode, and then we'll just take it one day at a time. Yeah. All right. So Christmas is almost over, and now we're entering Space Christmas. And as I told you guys last year, that's my favorite part of Christmas, because that's when Santa went to the intergalactic dimension and he fought off these Christmas trolls from the Easterverse, was it? I don't remember. But yeah. Anyway, so on the 24th last year, we looked at Klaus by Grant Morrison and Dan Mora. And this is a really cool comic book. This is about this badass Santa with a sword and chains, and he's got this helper, like this cool wolf. And this comic book was just a normal day in the life of Santa Claus. And when I read this, there was something strange about it, because I remember reading about this comic book, and I thought like, hey, I have to check that one out. And it was supposed to be this cool origin story. Then I read it, and I was like, this isn't an origin story. So I discovered that this was the second comic book in the Klaus series. So I thought, all right, KH, for next year, we're going to get hold of the first comic book, and then we're going to do that one. So this year, we are going to take a look at Klaus, the life and times of Santa Claus. Yes. I love the illustrations. And yeah. Okay, just before we get ahead of ourselves. So I read this, and I had it all planned out. This was going to be this year's Christmas Eve review. But then I read this, and still no origin story. So I discovered this is the third book in this series, and I've read them all in the wrong order now. I still haven't read the first one. So hopefully for next year, I'll get hold of the first Klaus comic book. All right. So this comic book is written by Grant Morrison, the man, the myth, the legend, the space wizard, and it's illustrated by Dan Mora. And I love the illustrations. I just can't say that enough. And I really like the hardcover versions of these and the golden kind of pages here. So the comic book is also published by Boom Studios. So this isn't Santa's origin story. So what is this? Okay. The Life and Times of Santa Claus. It's got two stories, kinda. The first one is about Santa and this snowman. And the second part of the comic book is like this cool story present, like it's the life and times of Joe Christmas, and it's put together as an advent calendar. A bit strange, but it's also very cool. So you get to see different times of Santa's life and how things came to be. Very cool illustrations. If it hadn't been for the illustrations, this would kind of been a disappointment, because I would have preferred having two stories instead, two proper comic book stories. But I love the art, so it's cool. And you have DeLorean as well. And towards the end of this comic book, we also have some more art and cool illustrations as well. All right, so I'll just talk about the first story. So in our first story here, it's Klaus and the Crying Snowman. And we get to meet this weird snowman, and he's having a hard time remembering things because the temperature is rising and he's kind of melting. So Santa Claus comes by, and Santa knows this guy, and he's like, "Hey dude, I'm going to this weird planet to fight off these monsters. You should join me." And he brings him along, and we get also to meet these other cool Christmas characters, like Santa's buddies. And the coolest one is the Yule-Goat. Like, there's nothing cooler than a goat. You always should have a goat in your comic book. So this is the goat of goats, because it's a Christmas goat. All right, so what the story is here is that 1,500 years ago, more or less, there was this comet that kind of passed by, and so this was in the it tells this story about something that has passed, and what brought Ragnarok and the end of all the Norse gods. So that was when this comet passed by, and all the Norse gods fought this threat and these monsters, and they all got killed off. So now this comet is passing by again. So Santa and his other buddies, they go to try to find out what this is all about and try to find these monsters and fight them off. And he's also bringing along the snowman. I'm not going to say much more, but this story was really cool. I think I enjoyed this story more than anyone I've read so far. And once you get to learn more about the snowman, that's also very cool. It's this year's Klaus comic book. This story was it had that Christmas magic, it had the heartwarming feeling, and it was just very, very nice. I'm not gonna give away more. I would rather you check this out on your own. Yeah, I hope Grant Morrison and Dan Mora just keep making these. I'll buy one every year, hopefully in the right order. Okay, so this was Klaus. Check it out, and hope you've had a nice celebration and eaten lots of good food. Yeah, so enjoy your space Christmas. And you know what old Santa always used to say? You know, old Santa always, what did he say? He always says, you know, Merry Christmas.